Hello, and thank you for listening to this episode of the Moore's October Rant series. Today, I wanted to talk about something that I've already made a few videos on, and I made navigating social skills in 2023. I made two parts of that. So, I'm going to make a part two of navigating social skills in 2024 because it's a new year. So I'll do a part one, part two. I may even do a part eight. It just depends on if I want to do more of those videos because I do come into problems with people in the world, and social skills can be kind of something that a lot of people don't have, and I really like to rant about it. So it can be fun to talk about because not everyone has social skills. So let's get into the video. Um, yeah, social skills are something that I feel a lot of people are lacking. And, I've talked about this in three different videos now that, tackle all of this. But this is going to be the fourth video, technically. So I just feel like it's really hard to trust anybody anymore. When you talk to people and you have interactions with people, it's just really hard to trust them. It's really hard to get close to them now. And, your brain wants you to get close to people, obviously. And your brain wants you to have a good time and wants you to love and, wants you to socialize with people. But there was a guy that made a video and he said we're walking amongst the living dead, and he's right. Like, it's really hard to get close to your own family now, and it's just you can't have a conversation with anyone anymore, and it's just so hard to have a conversation with people. People just get so emotional, and I've talked about this before, but I don't think everyone listening to this is going to listen to all three other parts. So there's probably going to be parts in this one that are probably going to be in other ones, but you didn't listen, so I'll just put it all here. But I don't really know what I've talked about in the other ones. I made them quite a while ago, but it's just really hard to have a conversation with people. And, like I said, people are very emotional, and it's really hard to just have a down to earth, not earth down to earth conversation, I should say. It's really hard to have a down to earth conversation with anyone because everyone is just so emotional, and it's more trouble than it's worth a lot of the times. Like, people just like get so emotional with their opinions, and they feel like everything's an attack on them if they don't agree with you, and and trust is part of that. It's just really hard to get close to people, and you feel like you're getting close to somebody, and then things just don't work out. So it's been really hard for me trying to get close to people and relate to them. And, you know, because it's been well documented before, but social media, you know, it really makes us antisocial or antisocial, I should say. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. Anti, tomato. But it's really making us antisocial, and it's been studied so many times the effect of social media on the human brain and what it does to people. And it's definitely something that's toxic, and a lot of people know that social media is toxic, and I feel like that really contributes a lot to how people's social skills are and how people interact with one another. Their social skills aren't the greatest because they're on their phone all the time. And I feel like people lose the ability to have social skills, especially when people meet in person and you look people in the eyes, and like, people don't really know how to look people in the eyes anymore and really like look at someone while they're talking to you. And when you look at someone, you want to look at them with your whole face. You don't want to just look away while they're talking. And a lot of people, like, they're shy, like they don't know how to actually look at someone when they're talking to them, and in person. And it's just really hard for a lot of people, and I understand that. I'm not trying to say that you're born with the ability to have good social skills, but it's really hard for some people, and it's just really sad what social media has done to the minds of people, and it's something that really can never be fixed. We're too far gone. Smartphones really started to come out in 2009ish, maybe 2010. Like, it really started to get advanced in like the mid 2010s with technology, with social media and stuff. So it's just not something that's ever gonna go away. So we're stuck with social media no matter what we do. So I guess we just have to learn to use it responsibly, and not let it really affect our emotional state as much, or so we have the ability to actually have social skills, more or less. But you're always going to meet people that you don't really have any compatibility with when it comes to interactions and stuff like that. And that's something that Kevin Hart talks about in his audiobook The Decision. I've quoted it before in a video, but I think this part is really important that I put it here, because it's I sometimes I will repeat myself a couple of times with what I say in other videos, because I do like to get certain points across. And like I've said, some people don't like that I repeat myself, but that's just how it is, and I'm going to do it anyway. So he said that not everybody is going to like you. He was quoting Oprah Winfrey, and he said not everybody is going to want to spend time with you or believe in you or give time to you or talk to you or like you or whatever it is. And that's okay. It's okay to not be liked. And like Dr. Phil said, I'm glad that I don't have this need to be liked by strangers or be accepted by strangers. And that's just true, because a lot of strangers aren't going to like you, and there's going to be people in this world that don't like you. And I feel like sometimes we can focus too much on the people that don't like us. And Kevin Hart was right. Some people just aren't going to want to do anything with you or give time to you or make you feel like you're not a human being, and not make you feel like no one gives a shit. But that's part of interactions with people. And not every interaction with someone is going to be a good interaction. It's they're not all going to be great. Some of them are going to suck, and sometimes I forget that it's okay for things to suck sometimes, and I feel like a lot of people forget that. Not every interaction is going to be amazing. Sometimes we forget, like I said, that sometimes things are just going to suck. And that's completely fine. It's fine. It's not going to work out all the time. But, I just feel like people have lost sight, like I said, with social media. And it's really affected their social skills and stuff. But you just got to keep moving along. That's what I do. I'm like, that interaction, that conversation, that person wasn't good for me. Who cares, if they said negative things, who cares? I'm just going to move on and talk to somebody else, because there are a lot of people in this world, and there's a lot of people to talk to in the world, and you can't just get like all stuck up and all worried and freaked out and whatever word you want to use, just like concerned about one person and what they think and how your interaction with them didn't go well, because like there's so many people in the world to talk to, and That's something that I've had to learn. It didn't work out with that one person. The interactions, the social skills, they didn't have the same social skills as you. They couldn't really communicate as good as you. Just move on and find someone different. Just move on and find a different conversation. And it's been really hard for me sometimes because, even if they don't really have the best social skills, I really like talking to them as a person. Like they're a good human being, even if their social skills aren't that great. But yeah, it sucks. But it's part of life, and can't be hung up on it all the time. You can't keep beating yourself up over it. Because life goes on, and it's just part of life, like I said. So I'm pretty much gonna wrap this up. I am really happy that I got to make, now 4 of these. This is going to be part 2 of 2024, navigating social skills. So, within closing this, I just want to say, do the best you can in life. Treat people the way that you want to be treated. Just be the best version of yourself and be considerate and be fun and just be a good person around people and actually communicate. That's one thing that I really wish people would do more is communicate. Tell people how you feel. Tell people what's affecting you. Tell people exactly what's going on. Sometimes I feel like people feel like we need to read their mind, and it's just not how society should be. And it's not how people are. You have to use your words, especially as an adult. So just be more communicative and just talk about things. Like we need to be able to talk and just not be so emotional. Just have a conversation about something and realize you're not going to agree on everything. God, I've said that like a billion times on this fucking channel, but it just feels like no one can disagree. God, I remember I was like, it's social skills. This all fucking relates. I was talking to someone. I think I mentioned this in the other episode, but I was talking to a woman on the internet, and she was like telling me all these allegations against Alfred Hitchcock, and this woman said that like these sexual advances that this guy made. He was like a really famous film director in like the 50s or whatever, or a little after that, and he made all these advances, and then he made her life a living hell because she didn't want him and denied him. And I was like, I'm not just gonna like I'm not saying it didn't happen, but there's 2 sides to every story. That guy is dead. We can't get his side of the story. And, it could have well have happened. And I'm not trying to deny it not happening, but I'm not just automatically going to agree with you just because you say something like that. I'm not just going to jump on the bandwagon and agree with you with allegations. And she just couldn't understand that I was just not going to jump on the bandwagon and believe everything that's said to me online. I need actual evidence and proof. And I've looked it up, and all there is just people saying what he did, and there's a bunch of witnesses, and it's just a bunch of people talking. That doesn't really prove anything, in my opinion. And if you disagree, that's fine. We don't have to agree on anything. We don't have to agree on everything. So a bunch of people talking doesn't prove anything. But it just reminds me of that episode I made where everyone believes everything they're told online. And sometimes it's good to question things and look for more evidence. And she was like jumping to conclusions. Oh, does that mean that you condone women being sexually assaulted and harassed? And I'm like, what does that have to do with that? I just said I need evidence. That doesn't mean I condone anything. People just are so emotional, and I can't deal with it anymore. It's just, it's hilarious. And I try to get amusement out of these conversations because getting mad about it, getting aggravated about it, it's not going to change the situation. They're still going to be like that. So anyways, that's it for now. This video is long enough. I'll definitely make more of these soon. I just need more topics, but I've had a really good time recording the 4th installment of this technically, but it's going to be part 2 because it's 2024. But anyways, thank you so much for listening, guys, and I'll talk to you guys soon with another video. And have a good one. Bye bye.